The Chiefs defeated the Bears on Sunday in dominant fashion. And now back on top of the AFC West, Kansas City will look to make it 3 wins in a row with a primetime matchup against the New York Jets. The Chiefs' offense was a well-oiled machine on Sunday, racking up 31 first downs, the most for any team in a single game this season, to go along with 456 total yards of offense and 41 points. Kansas City was 10 of 14 on third down and 5 for 5 in the red zone, finishing 7 consecutive possessions with points from early in the game to midway through the third quarter. In fact, only the Miami Dolphins scored more points than Kansas City last week, and they'll aim to keep things rolling into Sunday night. The man on the receiving end of 2 of those scores last week was tailback Jerick McKinnon. And get this, since week 13 of last season, and not including the playoffs, McKinnon leads the NFL in touchdown catches with 10, and he has 3 more than second place. McKinnon will try to add to those numbers on Sunday against a Jets defense that has only allowed 4 touchdowns all season. New York is middle of the pack in several defensive categories, including net yards allowed per game, where they rank 20th, third down defense, where they rank 22nd, and 10-play drives allowed, where they've surrendered the second most. But none of that has mattered because they've been tremendous in the red zone, holding opponents without a touchdown on 5 of 8 opportunities, matching Kansas City for the 5th best mark in the NFL. On the other side of the ball, the Jets' offense ranks 32nd in the NFL this season in points per game, but this team has playmakers, including wide receiver Garrett Wilson, the reigning NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, and tailback Breece Hall, who is averaging nearly 6 yards per carry this season. Hall hasn't seen the ball much over the last few weeks, but he was a beast in Week 1, rushing for 127 yards on just 10 carries. Wilson, Hall, and the rest of the Jets' offense will face a Chiefs defense that held Chicago without a single point until early in the fourth quarter on Sunday. Kansas City has allowed just 3 offensive touchdowns this year, and prior to a late fourth quarter touchdown by the Bears last week, the Chiefs had gone 7 straight quarters without allowing a trip to the end zone. One player who had himself a day last week was defensive end George Karlaftis, who racked up a career-most 8 pressures against Chicago. Karlaftis now has 16 pressures on the year, the 6th most of any player in the NFL. Kansas City has fielded one of the top defenses in the league so far this season, and with the matchup under the primetime lights on deck, the Chiefs will look to stay hot against New York.